We are going to start here in just 2.2 seconds. We're just gonna let people come in, and while we do that, we have David A and David D on the call. We've got Peter, Renee, AJ, BB, Brian, Broderick's, Carlos, Chris Fabs, Paulette, Cynthia, Max, Doris, Hope, K-Wall, Lana, Marlene, Maxine, Minerva, sorry. Oh, and I lost it. We've got lovely Lisa, Paul, Sanjeev, and Edwidge, and more people filing in. And I know that Peter is on the road right now, but I know he wants to chime in. So Peter, are you able to talk?
Hi, can you hear me? Are we good?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks everyone for joining us, and thanks Breezy for introducing everyone. And we have our guest of honor tonight, Paul, who's speaking and talking about the project and where it's headed. And we have DeFi Max on the call as well, so we get a lot of information from both of them. So if you have questions, please raise your hand, and then Breezy and I will go in order and get to your questions. And we'll take the questions right after, we ask Paul some of the major questions about where everything is headed. So Breezy, I am going to go in and out of connection, so hopefully you can take over as we go. And,
absolutely.
That's it for now. I guess we can start. Yeah.
All right. For those who don't know Paul, that is who introduced us to the project originally, and he has been informing us of the ins and outs and what is to come. And right now we have a few changes that have happened, and so that's why we have Paul here. Paul, are you available at this time?
Hey, Breezy.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I am recovering from the COVID.
Oh no, we didn't know that. Did we know this? Oh no, I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're okay.
It's okay. I think this call is more important, so I had to get myself up. All right.
For sure, for sure.
Yep.
Well, inquiring minds, besides knowing that you're okay now after having COVID, let's drop it on us. Let us know what's going on with everything, with the different changes, Fawn.
There are too many changes, so I'm not sure where you guys are at right now. So please ask me questions, because to be honest, I cannot think straight today.
Got it. Definitely.
Yeah, still recovering. Okay.
So the Fawn discontinuation, what can you tell us about that?
It's the Fawn discontinuation. You mean the Twitter that came in, like that tweeted a few hours ago?
Yeah, the tweet and the fact that we're no longer farming. Yes, the discontinuation. That tweet. Yes. Okay,
so it's going to start voting in maybe 2 hours. So if you click on the link on that tweet, it will take you to a page, and if you have Fawn, for every Fawn owner who are holding Fawn, who have their Fawn in liquidity pool, have the right to vote whether they want the discontinuation of mining for Fawn. And if everybody wants to say, okay, this is it, then the rest, then for the Fawn that we've mined for the past 3 months will be the total Fawn that will be used for the public chain. So it's a voting decision. It's not a decision made yet. It's going to be voted.
And that's so in the
based on the number of Fawn that's been mined, is that a good thing, Paul, to stop? Or
to be honest, I think it's a good thing, because there's only 25 million being mined and 5 million already being burned. Basically, there's less than 20 million that's in the market, in circulation, right? Less than 20 million, that's less than Bitcoin. Bitcoin only have 21 million. And the mining ends at what, 2,100 something year? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it will be a lot easier to, okay, so what happened? Why the discontinuation of Fawn? Because a lot of people are being just mining and selling it, right? Causing the price to go down. So discontinuing it and then empowering fund with more usage ability, then it'll be easier to drive the fund price up. That's the main goal. And the discontinuation was thought to be the first year, this year, where we are mining 30% of the fund. But then they decided, okay, let's do a vote whether the community want to discontinue forever or just the first year. So that's what we're going to be voting for in 2 hours time.
And that you said is on the Twitter link that is in FSTSwap that David just sent me the link and I posted it in the chat for anyone that needs it. And it'll be also posted in the Telegram group. So do you see, can you simplify the decision to discontinue or not? And what are the pros and cons of that? Did we lose Paul? No, there he is. Paul, you're muted. I'm not sure if you know that. Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so there's no pros and cons because we don't know the future on it yet. But so it's a decision that to be made by each single individual phone holder. So you can make your decision whether you want to vote for yes or no. It's all good.
With what you just said, it would be better to say no because of the fund that's in circulation and possibly driving up the price for that.
Say no meaning do not we keep on mining fund or
no, not mining fund anymore.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think this way because less in circulation, meaning it'll be easier to put in more value, just like gold, right? Diamonds. Why do they have value? Because they're scarce. But is that the case? It will depend on a lot of things. Right. So I cannot give a right answer for it now. It's only a vote that to the community to be decided, and then the developers will work around it, whether it's discontinue or continue the mining.
Right. Okay. And that what window is that to be able to vote? You said in 2 hours. Is that when they can start, or is that when the votes are going to be tallied? So we need to put in our vote now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And the rest of the details, just check on the link. They should give a ending time. It's my first time to vote anyway, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Can you speak about the recent IDOs and what are the benefits for those projects?
Okay, so what the developers have decided to do. Okay. First thing, you guys know that the public chain the coding has done, right? Do you guys know that? The coding for the public chain is already completed.
That's amazing.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, so the coding for the public chain has completed, and we will see the launch of the public chain onto a testnet on 1st of October. And the official launch of the public chain will be around Christmas. Okay, so this is confirmed. And the second thing is, since the public chain is done, now the developers are what they're gonna do is they're gonna create a fund. It's named Pangea Capital. You might see the name around in the post. So unlike a lot of these capitals, ventures, funds in crypto, where they have a lot of money put into projects, right? a lot of projects are like love these kind of funds to invest in them. So what the developers have decided to do is they're gonna take on the lead using a venture capitalist. But the difference from our fund with all the other funds that's out there in crypto world is that we have our own swap. We have our own public chain. We have the money to invest into projects, and we have the community. So do you know how Binance work? Like if you go to Binance, they do have all these competitions with projects, and for the people that won, they will get a lot of resources, either money or something from Binance. You guys have any, like it's called a hackathon or something?
I mean, I personally haven't. I'm not sure if anyone else does, but we will go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay. Anyway, the things I'm talking about is real crypto DeFi. Okay. So if you guys don't know, it's okay. But if you want me to explain it, I can't because it's super complicated. So it would be great if you could, study it for yourself, just look at how Binance work on his fund or treat on these different projects and DeFi, right? So it's something that we are going to do because, they were busy handling everything at once, especially the coding for the public chain, right? So now everything is done. Okay, so the first thing what they're gonna do is, because if we have our public chain, but there's only 3 tokens, FIST, OSK, and FON, then the public chain has no use. Right? You need a lot of projects. You need a lot of things that's happening on the chain. And rather than letting others, what we've seen for the past month is a lot of community launching their project, and they have no experience in DeFi. They know how to build a team, but they don't know anything about robots, how to prevent robots when launching a project. That is causing a lot of money, USDT, lost to the outside crypto world. Rather than bringing their money in, they are draining the money out. Okay, so that's what we've seen. That's what we've seen for the past 2 or 3 weeks. So right now you see that we are stopping anybody that's using OSK, pairing OSK to launch your project. That's the first thing. Okay, the second thing is that thanks, David. Yes, incubator. That's the term I was looking for. Yes, incubator program. Yes. Okay, so that's what Pangea Capital will do. Okay, because we know how to identify the right projects. We have the knowledge on the technology or the smart contract or coding. We know they know how to, whether it's a good project or not a good project. Anyway, so what they're gonna do, for example, this new IDO BCC, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to launch at least 2 or 3 projects like these IDOs, right? And they will make sure that everybody who participated in the IDO makes money. They will make sure that it's successful, because once all 2 or 3 are successful, then they will, in the future, it will turn to be a launch pad. Launch pad meaning when there are other projects that want to launch, they can come through these platforms or our platform, our launch pad, to launch their project. And only when
how will they make sure? How will they make sure it's going to be successful? What can they do?
That's the part.
Sure.
If you look at Tomato, if you look at Light, right? They were $1 during the IDO. And for Light, it's still at 26, 25 right now, even though with these steps. So it's still 25x. right? For the tomato, it's still what, 2 or 3? So at least 2 or 3x. So that's the part where a lot of community leaders, they don't understand. That's why they think, it's easy, just launching a project and then do what they used to do the best, gathering people, and the price will go up. But, when they make such a big noise in the market, attracting a lot of funds into their project, they will attract a lot of robots, bloodsuckers that's outside from the crypto world too. So yeah, well, these are very long stories, so I don't want to get into details on it, but just remember that a lot of money has been made because of all these new launch projects that don't know how to kill what we call scientists or robots, where they are able to buy at the cheapest price at the millisecond when the liquidity pool has been created. The robots already in there, bought at the lowest price, the biggest bag, and waiting for the rest to come in, right? And then they will sell, take out their profit into USDT. They are not holding on FIS, OSK, or FON because they don't understand the value of it. So they will change everything into USDT. And the only pool that we have for USDT is FIS and USDT. So it's volatile because the pool for FIS OSK is too big. So I think I mentioned that we need to diversify the pool, right? Because the FIS and OSK pool is too big. We need to diversify it. And now the goal is to have FIS USDT, OSK USDT, and FON USDT pool. They need to be balanced.
So should we have some still left in the FIS OSK pool, but then pull some out and convert one or the other to either USDT or vice versa and go back into the liquidity pool?
Well, I'm not here to suggest what to do, okay?
Okay.
All right, because it's DeFi, so you guys can decide what you want to do. I'm just telling you like what is the developers are trying to achieve, right? But people want to change their pools. There are a lot of things, a lot of reasons. If you look at the APR for FIS, OSK, and FON USDT pool, the trading fees that you're earning, if you look at my Twitter, you're a few 100% just on the fees if we were in those pools, right? So these are all the infos that you can check in the in FSTSwap. Yeah, so do the numbers, do some calculations, and decide like which pool you want to be at. Oh, and also there'll be mining coming up soon. But the mining will be using FIS USDT, OSK USDT, and FON USDT pool only. And the mining will be a token called Rosal. It will be a NFT platform or NFT trading platform token. So the details will be given in the next few days.
Okay. Speaking of diversifying the pool, go ahead, Peter.
I was going to ask about the BCC. What is the purpose of the BCC coin? That's the IDO that just came out. What is the purpose of that coin? What are they going to do with that? And that's the first one that Pangea Capital has been supporting, correct, Paul?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have to check for all these light tomato things and all these projects, me personally, I never get into the white papers. I have no ideas what they do. I have no time to understand what they do. So if they do have like Twitter, or if they do have like a Telegram group, maybe you can ask over there or check their white papers on their website.
Okay, so but this is the first project that's been backed by Pangea Capital, the
Yes.
BCC idea.
Yes. So it's okay. Like if you have doubt, just wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just telling you what's the plan. Yeah.
Well, do you recommend the community members try to keep up with these projects, like, or as you said, watch and see? But is there an advantage? Well, I guess you can't really tell if there's an advantage to start in the beginning when we don't know where it's going to go and if it's going to go anywhere. So it's still trial by error.
Sorry.
As far as recommending members, community members, to partake in these other projects, do you recommend that? I mean, I know they have to do their own due diligence and read the white papers, but from your standpoint, what is your opinion about that?
If the launch is backed by Pangea Capital, then yes, I would get in. I will participate. Well, actually, I participate in all the projects that the developer identified.
Got it. Two different questions, so I'm trying to figure out which one we should go with first. But going back to diversifying the pool, can we segue into questions about Light and LUSD? We've been hearing that this project is going to help stabilize the pools. Can you talk a little bit about the Light and LUSD?
No, ask Max to do it.
Okay.
I think he understands more details on it.
Okay.
Like I'm still trying to get my head around it, but I know that it's Light and LUSD. They have a very deep partnership with our developers. Mm-hmm. So it's a very important. It's a very important project.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have Max come in and talk about that in just a second. So as far as going back to the blockchain, how do we participate in the launch of the blockchain? And then how will the coins we hold...
Sorry, wait. What do you mean by participate on the launch of the blockchain?
Is there anything that we need to do to be able to participate in the blockchain even on October 1st when they're testing it? Or once it's released in December is when we'll have...
when on the October the 1st is on testnet, meaning everybody can go on and test it. It's just like the launch, but they're still gonna be on testnet just to test, mass adoption. When there are a lot of people that's using it, what will happen, right? So yeah, so just wait for any updates on it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they moving the FSTSwap into that right away on October 1st?
They will do both. Will be both on Binance Smart Chain and our own blockchain.
And will the coins that were... Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
I'm saying that when we launch our blockchain, we're not moving everything from Binance totally over. We will be running on both chains together at the beginning.
Okay. Paul, we're going to give you just a second break and then you're going to come right back. We're going to have Max talk about the Light and LUSD, if that's okay. Or do you do you want to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to finish my part first because
got it.
I'm still feeling a bit dizzy. So
yeah. No, for sure. I'm
here to answer all your questions. So what else you want? Yeah.
So a couple more questions real quick will be in reference to the blockchain, how will the coins we hold like OSK and FIST benefit from the launch of the blockchain? Is it going to be more traffic because of having more opportunities come, or how is OSK and FIST, our main tokens, going to be showcased in a sense?
I don't understand your question.
Is there an advantage to having OSK and FIST already, as that is what the project we are, what brought us into the project?
Yeah, Like this, okay. I understand the question, but I don't have there's no one specific answer to it. How should I explain it? It's not like it's going from A to B. It's this road, and then you will see this result. No, it's like it's A to B, and during the way you might go to C, and you'll come to a turn to D, and then it eventually will go. Okay, I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's not as simple as okay. So once we have our blockchain, what will this to bring the value of FIS and OSK up? It's not about the blockchain. It was never about the blockchain. Like I explained that before. Binance Smart Chain, Huobi Chain, OK Chain, OKEX. These three, the largest three exchanges in the world, they all had their blockchains, right? They were completed around the same time, but the other two are basically dead. Binance is the one that's running well, and the reason because there's more projects using Binance Smart Chain than Huobi Chain or OK Chain. So the value came because of the traffic, of the volume. The value is not coming from the blockchain itself. Can you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So once you understand that, then okay, the next question is that okay, how do we bring the volume to FIS and OSK? Because that is how we're gonna drive the price up. The questions should not be with the blockchain itself. Because it's two different stories. Yeah.
And that I know we shouldn't really look at the pricing, but of course, when it goes down, that's when we question it. So do you have any idea as to why FIS is dropping so dramatically?
To be really honest, I have no idea.
Okay.
But what we can see from the numbers is that the pool, remember how the pool, when the pool is smaller, the volatility of the price will be bigger. So the pool for the FIS USDT is being decreased quite dramatically, like for the past month, right?
Right.
So whenever there's a drop, then it will seems to be drop dramatically. When there's a rise, it will be rise dramatically because of the pool. And to be really honest, that's something that we want to see right now. Because, like I said, we want to diversify the pool.
Right.
A lot of people were waiting for OSK to go back to $800 or FIS back to $40. But with a pool of 100 million, 200 million with FIS OSK and FIS USDT, it's pretty hard to pull the price up. Remember how we used to say we halve the pool, we quadruple the price? When you have 200 million in the pool, you need 100 million to halve the pool, add it into the pool to bring the price up for 4x. And people don't have patience.
Right.
Right. So the sell, I think it's normal that with what we're gonna do in the in the AMA channels, I think there are a list of things that even though it's in Chinese, but you can probably translate it into English. There are several things that the developers are doing right now. They'll be launching in the next few days. So yeah, so they are still, it's the foundation like is to build up the foundations for people. And at the same time, they are going, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I will say here, but I'm gonna ask David for it. I will need a list of names for, how do you say it? What the Pangea Capital need is a list of names, KOL, key opinion leaders, team builders, any leaders, right? And in the future, whenever there's an IDO, these individuals will get private sale options, meaning they will have at least certain amount of tokens, or they will get a cheaper token price, cheaper than IDO. Okay, so it'll be a selected few people for the people that is helping to build the community and who are able to do like YouTube channels and stuff like that. So yeah, just want to let everybody know that that's what we're gonna do right now, is to identify these English community leaders to help in the next phase of the project.
Okay. Going back to the PG NFT, do you have any information on the way forward with that and what that's looking like?
Yep. So the new NFT mining, the new NFT platform token mining, it will be the NFT trading platform, right? The token for the NFT trading platform. Then remember how I mentioned about the launchpad from Pangea Capital? In the future, I'm not sure when, maybe after 2 or 3 successful IDOs, but in the future, when this launchpad is set, in the future, every project that launched through this launchpad, all the PG NFT owners will receive airdrop, meaning that all the PG NFT owners will be binded with this launchpad. So whenever there's a project launched through this launchpad, they will get airdrops, just like BCC. Okay. But even though this time the launchpad has not yet, it's not started yet. But think of it as BCC, or in the future there might be other projects that'll be launching. Yeah. So all the PG NFT owners will be getting free airdrops, just like what we said last year.
Okay. Instead of reading the questions, because there's quite a few, if anyone else has a question that would like to raise their hand, go ahead and raise your hand, so that we can maybe better assist with what I'm doing.
Yeah, Paul, just before you answer those questions, if the way to bring the price of FIST or OSK up is to increase the liquidity pool, you said you want to diversify these liquidity pools. How is that big project going to be taken, place? How is that going to unfold? Is there like a plan in place for that?
Sorry.
We want to increase the liquidity pools. That's the way the price goes up. FIST, USDT,
What? Increase the liquidity pool to bring the price up? No. Why?
Because you mentioned that more people in the liquidity pools and then you have it and all that, right? You're explaining how the price goes up from the liquidity pool size, right?
No, what I just explained is that the size of the liquidity pool will affect, how fast the price will go up. It's like 225. Remember February 25th? Why did the price drop so fast? Because the pool is small.
Right. So how
Right.
are we
So-
going to attract people to put into liquidity pool? That's my I guess my question. How are we going to make that push? Yeah.
So that's the part that I mentioned about the mining. The NFT trading platform token that will be starting in the next few days. The FIS USDT pool, OSK USDT pool, and Fawn USDT pool are the only 3 pools that will be able to mine.
Okay, and then you also said you want to diversify even more.
No, we
FIS
want to
USDT?
diversify the FIS USDT and the FIS OSK. And that was 1 or 2 months ago when we were saying about, remember how we were saying that FIS OSK and FIS USDT? Yeah.
Okay, so what does it mean to diversify these pools? How do we do that? Or how is that going to be done?
It's either by, it's, how do we do that? Okay, there are several ways. Some people will want to change their FIS. There are single token, for example, right now in the elephant pool, you can see this auto staking of FIS, right? So you can single stake FIS and you can earn fees from the platform. So in the future, there might be single stake of OSK, single stake of Fawn. So we want people to pull out from the pool and diverse into other pools or other places to earn, rather than having everything in the FIS OSK pool, right? So people can use OSK USDT pool. People can do OSK Fawn pool. People can do OSK, can participate into other programs, other projects. For example, BCC is coming out, so there might be a BCC OSK pool. But the best way of diversification is having more projects coming onto FSTSwap, buying OSK through the pool and pair up with their own token. So there are several ways. There's no like one single strategy. How do we diversify the pool? There are so many ways.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. K-Wall, come on in with your question.
Hey, Paul, thanks for being here.
Hi, K-Wall.
Yeah, hey, I guess my question is similar to what Peter was asking, just in terms of the FIS price being so low. And I guess what I'm understanding is, hey, because our pool is so low.
No. The FIS price is so low because a lot of things. Okay, so this is a bit complicated again. There are several reasons, okay? But one reason would be a lot of people have changed their position from a banker into an investor. We've been observing a lot of wallets that they have changed. They like to manipulate what they like to trade, right? And so unlike last year where we all put into the pool, now they like to trade. So they would buy whenever I have a announcement of doing a call. You will see the price will start go up. When I start my call, then they will start to dump the tokens. So we see a lot of traders. And even though right now they are trading on these tokens, but their eyes still, watching what we are doing. Meaning they are not here for the short-term profit. Did one trade, made money, and then left. No, they are still around FSTSwap. So one of the reasons is that a lot of people are losing patience. So, no confidence. So the sell order is bigger than the buy order. Then this is what we see. The price will keep on dropping. But whenever there is a new, good news coming out, then we might see the price back up again. So it's not actually, about the pool. The pool does not affect the price of each token.
Okay. I guess I'm just confused because I am hearing, hey, the pool does affect the price, and now I'm hearing the pool doesn't affect the price. So I'm just trying to get clarity here.
Sure.
Or, not only for myself, but I know there's other people that are concerned as well.
Of course.
Just with
Of course.
the degradation, I forget maybe that's the wrong word, but just of the funds we had in there, like even post 225, whatever, and just since then it's just been going down and down. I mean, the pool was at what close to over 700 million. I think it's close to $1 billion. I think maybe at one time, but not. I mean, during that time, the price was never really up there prior to 225. So I guess we're just like, I'm going to speak for myself, not for anybody else.
No problem.
I guess I'm just lacking confidence in the program right now, or in this project. And I guess I'm trying to want to hear something from yourself that would say, you know what, hey, continue on, stick with this. It's a long run thing, and that.
Okay,
and so
perfect.
And I'm not going to hold you to it, and so forth and that.
It's okay.
We just need clarity, because there is a lot of misinformation or information out there that just saying, you know what, FSTSwap has been it is not what it was.
Okay, so let me tell you what I told the Chinese about this, because there are a lot of people who really, having a hard time trying to understand, the complexity that we are facing right now, unlike last year. Okay, so this is what I told them. Delete the wallet. Remember, write down your private key, delete the wallet, come back end of this year. For the people who are lacking confidence, that will be my suggestion. Don't sell it. I don't suggest you sell it. You might lose big. But if you don't like to see the price, going up and down, or going down every day, delete the wallet. Don't look at the price. Come back in December. That will be my suggestion. That's what I told the Chinese. And the other thing that I would like to add to it is that what I mean by the complexity. A lot of basically the whole Pango community was built on multi-level marketing leaders, right? So they are very good at team building. We built a huge team for the past year. But, okay, so how should I explain it? There are two different worlds in crypto. One is the real crypto world. One is the network marketing crypto world. Okay, well, I'm not sure about the West, but in Asia, there are two worlds, right? So to the real crypto world, people who are playing with Solana, CRV, all these kind of things, exchanges, when they heard about Pango, this name, or FSTSwap, they just think this is a network marketing token. It's nothing. But they are fascinated by the consensus of this community, because it's something that it has never been done. But they don't think FSTSwap is part of the real crypto token. I'm not sure if you can relate to what we have been trying to explain. That's what I've been trying to explain to a lot of developers, is the evolvement of the Pango community from a network marketing status into a real crypto status. And real crypto, these things that in the past few months, what we have faced are normal stuff, robots, right? These are the things that we see in DeFi every single day. Pools, mining, like mentality. A lot of things is quite different. Last year was it's a lot easier. People are very simple. We only focus on basically OSK. We just build on OSK. That's all we did. But turning into a swap, going onto a public chain, we need to have more projects that will be on board onto our public chain. Makes a lot of things complex, and a lot of the communities are not ready for it. They don't understand this complexity, and it will scare them, which is normal. People need time to learn. But again, sometimes they don't understand what's going on behind, and it'll probably I'm not sure how long it will take to explain everything in details to make them understand. But all they care is, I want to see the price go up every single day, which is normal, right? So with this kind of volatility that we are facing in the past few months, or in the next, there's only 2 months left before the public chain is launching. So I would suggest for the people who are affected by the price, just don't sell anything, because it's worth nothing if you sell it now, right? Just put it in the wallet, delete the wallet, and then come back end of this year. And I think you will be very, very happy with the result. That would be my suggestion.
Okay, well, I appreciate
No problem, Kiwo. Hang on to it. 1 more year. 5 more months.
yeah, no, I hear you there, but like I said, I have to just, like I said, everybody's got to make their own decision. Just two more questions, then I'm gone.
Sure.
One is about the movie Ecology. Are we still involved in that FSTSwap?
Okay.
That's always was paired with, and that's one question. And my second question is, then I'll give it over to somebody else after you answer it. FSTSwap, who's behind it? Who are the developers? We don't know anybody. Prior to this, we knew Pangu. There was a group of 6, and we all kind of knew, I guess, from the core who the people were. And now we're not there, and like there's a wall there. And that was addressed, I think, in the last couple of meetings we've had here, a couple of Zoom calls. So anyway, so I'm going to just leave it at that. And but thank you for your time.
It's okay. Sorry. Kiwo, for the last question, what was the question again?
Like, who are the developers of the FSTSwap in that? We don't know who these individuals are, where they're based, what their motives are. I guess I'm thinking that because, price has gone so much, there's rumors out there saying, hey, the developers are draining the pool or whatever. And,
okay.
Yeah, and I remember, like, originally when all this project started, you had mentioned how originally OSK came to being, and how the developers left the project, whatever, got their money out, and then Moda came along and picked up the project. So yes. Are we in the same same type of phase again? All of a sudden, maybe FIST went up to 40, OSK went up to whatever, close to $800, and now people the developers, whoever manipulated it and got out their cash, left, and now we don't know who to turn to, kind of thing.
Okay, perfect. So there are a lot of rumors saying, yeah, the developers is draining the blah blah blah. All I can say is that the developers, the current developers, right? When they took on FSTSwap, they don't have FIST, they don't have OSK. And the reason is because FIST was started as, FIST was mined. And then OSK was mined. So basically, all the tokens are in everybody's hand. These current developers does not hold any FIS and OSK tokens. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if there's any drop or blah, it's the reflection of this current community. The developers have no way to take away your FIS or OSK and dump it and take their profit, right? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is that the mining of fund, right? 15% goes to the developers, the foundation, the funds. There's an address, the wallet address of this foundation. And if you check on the blockchain where everything is transparent, they never cash out anything with the fund. They change the fund to FIST, they change the fund to OSK, and then they send everything into the black hole. But there are a lot of people outside that's going into a different route, use this kind of rumors to scare people, to attract people to their side, blah, blah, blah. But for people who really understand crypto, who really understand how to go through Binance Scan, to find the answers for themselves, everything is transparent. Developers are not making any money yet, right? Who are they? Well, they will not reveal themselves until the public chain is launched. And the reason is, I have no idea. But I can understand it because, the politics in China and the Western is a bit different, right? If you're in crypto and you're in China, then it'll be more, how you say it, risky. So they have a way to protect themselves, to stay anonymous, as long as they, do their job right, make sure all the function is right. Then I don't think that. Well, some people want to see faces and stuff. It's normal, but in crypto and blockchain, what we should be caring about is the coding, the smart contract. Make sure there's no problem in smart contract. We don't believe in people. We believe in codes, numbers. Okay, so that's the part with the developers. Yeah. So and also for the Chinese, that's why I told them Chinese. Like if they still have doubt with the developers over this past 3 months, then I would suggest just sell everything you have. Because if you are in a project and you don't believe in the developers, you shouldn't be in this project, because the developers is the wheel. Well, it is the direction of the whole project going. So, they will be the most important team on this project, not the marketing. It's the developers, it's the coding that will drive this project, right? So that would be my suggestion. And also for the people who are, if they are on your team, with the same question, if they still have doubt, over the past 4 months, proving the developers are not cashing out any money, they didn't make any money, and they still have the doubt, then I would suggest just sell all your FIS OSK in the fund and find a new project. Yeah. Okay, so that will be my answer to developers. And sorry, Kiwo, for your first question, I can't remember. Can you ask that again?
It was about the movie ecology.
Okay, yeah. So for the movie, okay. So the movie NFT, we are not sure about the movie yet, but don't worry about it, because we staked OSK into this movie NFT, right? The OSK are over here, is still locked up. So if the movie didn't work out, then I believe we will get our OSK back. So there's no update on it yet, but we hope to hear from it soon.
All right. We have Gino with his hand up. Come on in, Gino.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and hello, Paul.
Hi, Gino.
Hopefully, you're feeling better these days, Paul. I'll make it quick because it's I know a long call and for everyone as well. So make it quick. You know what? I should have asked you this question, and maybe David a long time ago. Well, is this FIST token OSK fund? Is this are they classified security tokens, or are these utility tokens? And if so, what type of utility are they serving? I know that OSK was a utility token in a way because it was connected to the film industry. FIST, if you ask me, I'm an investor in this. I should know this, so shame on me. I don't really have an answer as to what these tokens are, and I've been in this project for a long time. So I guess the more we study DeFi, the more we study tokens, the better the questions, I guess. So go ahead, Paul, if you can answer that.
Okay, Gino, what's your understanding? What's your current understanding of security token and utility token? Can you name a few?
Yeah, well, a security token is almost like having a stock, for example.
Yeah.
It's just a money token that has value according to who's buying and who's selling. That's how I see it. And a utility token is a token that has a utility, which means what does that token do other than just being a token? Is there a project connected to that token? So that's what I know of utility versus a security. Go ahead.
Can you name a few tokens of utility and security?
I would have to say probably Bitcoin is a security token. I don't see anything else that Bitcoin does as compared to, I said OSK previously was a utility token used for film and movies.
What about Ethereum?
Ethereum, I would say, that's a very good question. That's a very good,
Okay.
I can't answer that. Yeah.
So that's my answer to it. It's unlike the traditional investment world, how we can, unless it's a specific, for example, let's say, what's that? CRV? Is it CRV? Or Aave, where they are lending platform, right? So they have a specific utility for that,
right?
For the token as a lending platform. Then it's more easy to specify whether it's a security token or a utility token, right? So if, let's say, if everybody who comes on FSTSwap, they have to pair their token with FIST, then this is a utility token. Otherwise, all token is a security token, right? It's actually how we empower, how we decide this token to be.
So you're telling me if FIST, it is paired. Once we pair it, it becomes a utility token. Is that what you're saying?
It's not actually this. Okay, so this is a bit big. It's pretty hard to explain.
Okay.
But my answer would be we cannot like classify them as utility or security token, just like Ethereum. Is it a security or utility?
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's a part where sometimes crypto can be a bit confusing.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get some clarification, but I guess
it's okay.
we're in the middle here where it gets a little confusing. Got it. All right. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right. We have Frank with his hand up. Come on in, Frank. Oh, wait. Sorry. There you go. Frank? Are you still with us?
Hello? I can wait. Hello. Yeah. Hello, Paul. Long time no speak. How's it going?
Hey, Frank. I am dying. COVID.
Oh, I hope you feel better, brother. It's crazy out there. So I'm trying to
Man,
get some clarity real quick, Paul.
Sure, sure.
You said right when you came on the call, you said the reason Fawn is being quitted is because people were cashing out to other ecologies, and that's what drained it, and they weren't cashing back out. And the Fawn is that what you said? Other people were cashing out Fawn and not back in the fist.
oh, sorry. Can
You said the reason
read?
Fawn was down is because other people were cashing out Fawn into their other ecologies.
Fawn is down, or you mean
Fawn
fist?
down, fist, Fawn.
Okay.
The
Okay,
reason you
so-
stopped mining Fawn because everybody stopped cashing out to their ecologies. Is that what you said?
That would be because of stop of the mining Fawn. Yeah, that would be one of the reason. That's one of the reason. Okay. The second reason is that a lot of these new ecos or new projects launched, right? And when they remember how they did, okay. So when these new projects launch, usually what they do is they have this IDO attracting either OSK, FIST onto their project by IDOs. Okay, so once the IDO is done, the projects will then decide a date and a time. They will start provide liquidity. Okay, so when the liquidity is provided, that is when people can go onto the swaps and start to buy or sell their token. So what we've seen with a lot of projects launched for the past few weeks is that they have no prevention on the bots. What a bot is that they can, as long as they know the contract address for your token, they can set up and the buying amount and what token, blah blah blah. They have this, everything can be done automatically, and all they do is they just click on start, and the bot will start scanning when the liquidity pool is created. So once it's created, they can get into, they can start. They are not going through swap. They are going through smart contracts to buy the token the instant when the liquidity pool is provided. So they will buy at the cheapest price. That's what the bots do, right? And then the people will start buying through swaps, where they were slower, so they will buy at a higher price. And driving the price up, then the bots will they can be set to a take profit X, how many X, 10X, 20X, then the bot will automatically sell and dump everything. So once they sell, and since all the token is paired with OSK and FIST, so when they sell their token, take their profit into OSK, these bots are not holding OSK. They're gonna change their OSK into USDT.
Are these bots coming from the new projects that are being added in, Paul? Are you saying these bots are coming from new projects that are being added in?
Yes.
And these new projects, they didn't understand 225. We had these exact same bots. I thought we had got advanced past that problem.
225 is not from bots. 225 is because the pool is too small.
No, so, remember, before 225, the bots hit for 1.3 million. Remember that. And then 225 happened. And I thought we had advanced past the bots. What I'm saying now, who has the ability to let these projects in with these bad bots? Is it the community or is it the developers?
No one can prevent bots. The project have to have a way to prevent the bots. For example, they can set blacklist, I think, what's her name? The blacklist, where if they identify the bots, they can put them into a blacklist, which not allowing that address to trade that token anymore. That's one of the way.
Okay. I mean, we've been attacked by bots, but I'm with that when you're saying it's been drained. I was concerned when you said that you don't have time to read white papers. Does anyone have time to read and understand the intent of any project coming in?
Okay.
Does anyone
for the project, the problem is not the project itself. For the project that we've seen that's launching, is they don't have, I don't think they don't have any problems. Everything is audited. It's the way how they launch. And every time when they launch, a few million USDT is gone because of the bots. And 225 is not about bots. It's because of the pool. 225, all the token is on the community's hands. The bot cannot do anything about it. The pool is already there. 225 happened because a lot of whales decide to sell their token.
And what's the reason for 700 million gone right now? I mean, it just drained real quick in 2 months. What do you think the main reason for that?
Well, a lot of people are taking out their liquidity pool. That's one of the reasons. Yeah.
I believe that, and I think it's coming through the other ecologies. And my thing is that we're letting them in without any guard.
People, they probably pull out from FSTSwap and then, or FSTUSDT, and then turn into other ecologies, meaning change the USDT into other tokens, pair with FST, and into their pool. Yeah.
And isn't it possible for people and even devs to go around and buy other coins like Filecoin, Dogecoin, and pair that with FST and cash out that way, and it'll never show up on the blockchain that you cashed out in FST? Isn't there a way to go around and do that actually?
Well, on blockchain, you can see everything, transactions. You change your FST to file, you change your file to USDT, everything is transparent.
Yeah, and that's what we have right now. We have a whole bunch of coins cashing out, and that's why we had to stop, and that's probably what's draining our pool. Is that we let all these coins in? Because the point I'm getting is that Elon Musk states that when you keep creating coins and the first one's not successful, it's a problem. And we keep creating coins and we don't have any success. So, and then you're saying we have a problem with bots. It seems like we can't stop it. What are we going to do to protect our portfolio and keep the drainage? Because it keeps going down, and everybody says, I don't know. And then the day of $700 million gone, and the dev said they can't show their face. Nobody sees a problem with that?
Yeah. So if you don't believe it, I think they can just sell it. That would be easiest way.
Okay. I agree with that.
And the second thing is that no one can, if we are using swap, like PancakeSwap, FSTSwap, or other swap, no one can, it's a smart contract. No one can decide which project can be on the swap or not. It's a smart contract. It's open source. It's DeFi. Everybody can pair up their token, create a token, and pair up onto the swap. It's not centralized. We are not like centralized exchange, where Binance can decide what goes on Binance, what does not. Okay.
Thank you, Paul. All right, we have AJ. Come on in, AJ.
Good evening. Thank you, Breezy. Paul, thanks for being here and sharing with the community. We certainly appreciate it, especially knowing that you're under the weather a little bit. So we pray that you'll recover and all be well for you in that regards. I do want to thank you for sharing some of the information. And my question is going to kind of piggyback off of Kowal and Gino. So some of my questions have already been answered, but there's still one thing I'd like to get a little bit more understanding of. I think your advice is very well taken. It's not real complicated, but it's very comprehensive. And I guess some complications become because of how comprehensive it can get. So I understand the liquidity pools, and I understand, that the developers are trying to achieve balance between all the pools, and if it's under staked, there are problems with that. If it's overstaked, it can, damper the potential for coins to go up in value when you do have good things going on. So, and I understand how pirates and leeches out there that are in the marketplace can be very disruptive in trying to let projects develop in a very natural way. So sometimes developers have to do things to try and prevent that when they don't have full control over what these pirates and leeches are doing in the marketplace. So it doesn't bother me a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I appreciate the fact that the developers saw this going on and decided that, hey, maybe we should stop for right now and attempt to get rid of these pirates and leeches that are out here in the marketplace, or find a better way to control them from having the impact that they're having. My question, though, is will FON continue to be used as a governance token for the public chain when it does get launched? And do you think that if the community does vote to move forward with no longer mining the FON, at some point after the launch of the public chain, do you think mining will start again for FON?
Okay, so, thank you, AJ. Yep, so FON will be the governance token on the public chain. Okay, so this is something that they haven't announced it, but I'll let you know. Remember how they are upgrading the node system, right? So the node system will be around FON. The voting will be around FON. So yeah, the FON will be the governance token for the public chain. And sorry, what was the second question?
Well, if it is going to be the governance token, how will the developers create the utility for FON, and how will it be used on the blockchain?
Okay, so
demand for it.
Okay, so once when for people who are trading or transacting on the public chain, then the fee every time they do a transaction, just like in Binance, where we have to prepare some BNB, right? Everybody have to prepare some FON.
Right.
That's that's one of the basics, right? Okay, and once the voting decides the mining would not, will be discontinued, then there won't be the mining for FON anymore.
Okay, and then when you look at, that's good. When you look at the OSK, and Gino talked a little bit about the utility for that was for the entertainment. Is there still a group? Is there still a push or any energy going into developing the marketability or the industry and use of OSK?
Right now, we don't know yet, and the reason is because of the COVID thing that's affecting China. A lot of places in China are still in lockdown, unlike Western or in Taiwan, where we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But they are still very strict, so affecting a lot of industries. So we are not sure about it, and because of that, one other thing is that the policies in China, whether virtual can be linked with reality, it's still something that I believe we still need some time to wait when they are more wait for a clearer policy before we can see an actual connection with tokens and real industries. Because what people are now waiting is the digital yen. I think the launch we should see big news coming out soon from China.
Okay, great. And the final question is, and I'll turn it over. There was some speculation that there would be some utility with the government there in China. Is that speculation still out there, or is that just something that has faded away?
We have not. Well, I haven't heard anything about it yet. I'm not sure. I cannot give an answer to it.
Okay.
It's something that I haven't since the since these chaos of 225, a lot of things has changed. So a lot of things that they said last year, there might be a little change on the agenda. So we are still expecting that to be the case, but since no one's talking about it, or they don't think it's the right time to talk about it yet. So I didn't even ask these kind of questions. All I care is, make sure that this public chain goes online first, and then we can talk more details when it, after it went online.
Right.
And also I want to see, and if it's online, then I want to see digital yen to be, we want to see digital yen to be, in work for crypto.
Right.
If digital yen is not in work, then what's the case with government? Because that's what the government wants. They want their digital yen to be influencing the crypto world, right? So if the launch of digital yen is not happening by end of this year, then regarding our public chain cooperating with the government, there's no use case, because everybody will still be using USD.
Yeah.
So I think there's a step-by-step process, and a lot of things are happening and changing, especially politics. So there are a lot of answers that we cannot confirm yet. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, and this is just a statement and probably an opinion. Again, I can't speak for everybody, but what I would encourage people to think about in making decisions, and I think the advice that you've given is great. Whenever you're investing or taking a position, there's some faith that takes place. It doesn't have to be blind faith. So what I've tried to do is measure, is there some evidence or proof of performance from the development team? And with all the interference that they can't control, I think that there's still been sufficient evidence of the developers moving forward with their plan. There's been interruptions, but still proof that evidence that they're moving forward. So with that, I think it can still be not blind faith, but sufficient faith that the project is moving forward. But it is challenging, because it's kind of like watching grass grow. And if you walk out the door every 5 minutes to see if the grass is growing after you've cut it, you're going to get somewhat disappointed. So maybe it is a good idea to distract yourself and come back in a few months, and you'll see that there's a weed, or the weeds are beginning to grow. So it can be disappointing, though, if you're trying to watch every 5 minutes to see if the grass is growing. But Paul, thanks for your input and being here tonight.
Thank you, AJ. Yeah. So, guys, if the BCC ideals, try it. Put some little money, try it. And you'll see how in the future, like, the result of this BCC ideal will be, if it's good, then you'll know that in the future, when there's a new project coming out by Pangea Capital, then it will be all the same case. They know how to prevent bots. They know how to make sure that everybody who participate in IDOs win. They're very, very experienced with it, right? Sorry, guys. All right. Any other questions?
Paul, I think we might have abused you tonight by having you on so long. It's been an hour and 20 minutes.
That's okay.
So doesn't look like we have any other questions. We're gonna go ahead and have a Wednesday call to go over the LUSD and Light with Max, if Max is available to come on the Wednesday night call. Paul, is there anything else you want to share before we close out the night?
Okay.
Or day for you?
Yeah. So I believe I understand, people are scared or uncertain about the current status of the project because of the price. This is how, okay. There are a lot of things that's happening at the background, and I don't know how I can explain it to you so you guys can understand, because it is pretty complex, very, very complex. But all I can tell you is from my connection with the developers for the past 3 or 4 months, they are how should I say it? The current situation, there is a gap between developers and the community. And this gap is not because of communication. This gap is because of the knowledge in crypto. I'm not sure if I did explain this well. It's not about developers are not communicating with the community, because that's what I've been doing for the past 3 months, trying to let the community understand what the developers is hoping, for the next phase or the next stage. But what I've seen with especially the Chinese groups, is that a lot of people, they cannot keep up with the pace of the developers. And the reason is that developers are adapting according to the current marketplace. So they are always fast, right? And the community are very used to last year, and where everything is so simple and straightforward. So sometimes it will need more time for them to get their heads around. And sometimes they got around into a wrong direction. Okay, so that's what we're seeing. And that is the reason why at the end, because we were saying that, okay, we want it to be decentralized. We want the communities every team to take care of their people. And at the end, the developers found that, okay, a lot of these team leaders, they really don't have the right knowledge in crypto, which they are leading their people into a wrong direction. So that's why Pangea Capital was created. So in the future, always follow the capital, the Pangea Capital. They will decide, they will lead the whole community into crypto. So that's what their plan is. And I think that's what I've been telling them. I've been telling them that, especially the Chinese, they need a leader. They need a central. They need someone to look up on. So even though they try to be decentralized, but turns out a lot of people are not ready for it yet. So right now, in the future, Pangea Capital will be leading the way. So, I can understand if, people are scared. And all I can say is just observe how Pangea Capital will operate in the next month, and hold on to your tokens. Hold on till end of this year. And I think you will see everything turns back around very, very soon. All right. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for having me. And I'm off to bed.
Okay, Paul.
Man,
I
I'm
hope you feel
tired.
better. Thank you so much
Okay. Let's talk to
for
you guys
being
later.
here and sharing with us. So thank you very much. And feel better, please.
Okay.
And then don't get too mad when we're still blowing your phone up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Paul.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
All right, everyone. Again, we'll have a call on Wednesday to go over anything that we didn't go over today. And so we will be back at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next call.